how to not find your calling. So this video is in response to a question by a very dear student, Faizan, who asked how to find my calling. Thank you, Faizan, for the question. And indeed, this is a question which I get asked a lot because I teach a course on personal values and career. And I've been teaching it for the last 6 years now. So let me explain why I'm asking you to not try and find your calling. When I was growing up, I grew up in the steel city of Jamshedpur. And when I was a little girl, all the aunties in the colony, when they would meet me, they would, say, "Beti, itna acha padti ho, bade hokar kya banna hai? Doctor banna hai ki engineer banna hai?" And very neatly and very soon in my head, there were these two boxes. And I, yes, through 8th standard till 11th standard or 10th standard, I was, okay, which of these boxes do I want to put myself into, doctor or engineer? I chose engineer and I became an engineer. And then, of course, I climbed out of the box and I've been sort of getting into other boxes since then. And now I'm trying to swim in a boxless space. But these days, youngsters, as they're growing up, there are a lot more options available to them than just being a doctor or an engineer, and I'm delighted to see that. Yet, it saddens me to see that sometimes, and the dominant approach for most people just seems to be that when you think about your career or your calling and what you want to be, it's just the number of boxes that has increased, the variety of boxes has increased, but they're still boxes. What do I mean by boxes? I mean, it's like a job description, it's like a role, it's like a thing with a label and a certain image, and then you try to take all of yourself and put it into that. So what are some of the, so after I climbed out of the engineer box, which I truly believed I probably had never really got into, I just got a degree, but I was still looking for other boxes. I was finding my calling. I was on a search to find my calling. And I dabbled with boxes like, okay, do I want to be a writer? Do I want to be a dancer? Do I want to be an anchor? Do I want to be a professor? Which I am, but I'd like to believe I'm not just in that box. And do I want to be a travel writer? Do I want to be a blogger? And what this does is it sort of puts a lot of pressure on the site, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to take all of yourself and stuff it into a box, which has, and then you have mental models and images associated in your mind with, okay, this is what a banker does, or this is what a doctor does, and this is what a writer does, and this is what a traveling lifestyle is like. And then you're trying to put yourself in, do I fit in? Do I not? Do I fit in? So it becomes a yes, no kind of answer. And although there is scope for crafting and tweaking around, we still get very caught and fixated in the description of the box itself, in what that box signifies, and what that job or that occupation or that profession or that title seems to ask of us. So I'm going to flip this around. And then and the other thing is that we're also on this search. It's like a treasure hunt. We're trying to find what is the right box for me. What is my calling? What is the box into which, if I get down, then I'm going to be, yes, this is me. I found my calling. This is the box I always wanted to get into, and this is the box where I'll come alive. What if we wanted to flip that around a little and say, you know what? I'm already alive. I've always been alive. The problem is I've been thinking that I need a box to fit into. What if there were no box that I could fit into? What if I was just me? And I was me, not that I'm not different and I'm not unique. I'm very different. I'm very unique. I have my set of strengths. I have my interests. I have my talents. I have things that I love. I have things that I'm really excited about, things that I'm good at, things that I'm not bad at, things that bore me to death, and things that literally set me on fire. And there are all these things that make me unique, the unique being who I am. Now, how can I be the unique being who I am and play in the universe in a way where I can contribute to others and where I can allow others to contribute to me? Through money and through allowing me to be me, okay, in different ways. So the list of possibilities are infinite. And that, I think, is a much better, well, maybe not better, but at least see it as an alternate way to look at your career and the work you do. What if you didn't have to pick a box, didn't have to choose a box? What if instead of looking and searching for boxes to fit yourself in, you just looked at yourself instead? Started questioning yourself, looked at your previous experiences. Most of you have a lot of previous experiences, which is going to give you lots of insights about, okay, what do you like doing? Think about your childhood. Think about what you love at this point. And then see, okay, now how can I bring that? How can I bring that to use in the work that I do? And the labels and the titles and the sort of boxes and institutions and peoples and cohorts that you would then engage with will still be there, but the focus is not on the box, it's on you. And the biggest benefit this gives you is that none of us are static beings. We grow, we change. It's not just the kids who keep growing and the trees who keep growing. We also grow. And again, it's not just the trees which are seasonal creatures. We also have seasons. We also go through cycles. We grow, we develop, we evolve, we build new interests. And if your focus is not on the box, but on you, then as you grow and as you evolve and as you're moving through, the changes that you see in yourself, you are able to actually pick up those changes, be in tune with that, and accordingly keep crafting and adjusting the work that you need to do outside, so that the work that you do it's sort of like inside out, and the work that you do, your career, is just an extension and an expression of who you are. And people might use boxes to tag you and identify you because they need to do that. So for me, people might say, okay, she's a professor, okay, she's a poet, she's a parent, she's a philosopher, and that's okay. But that's not what you have put yourself into in your own head. And that is the box that matters. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed listening to this, and I hope it was a contribution to you. I would love to hear back from you if it was. Thanks, Kate.